kill this mosquito. Come here. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a mosquito in my studio. And I wouldn't say I hate mosquitoes, but I kind of don't like them. So right now I'm looking at the mosquito. It has perched now on the vent of the air conditioning. I'm hoping that during the break I can catch it and kill it. I'll feel fulfilled. Anywho, so I was telling you about 7 years being here, and we're getting to the final conversation because at this time, maybe from next week or in another fortnight, our reporters will go to the marketplaces, to the stops, to some of the parks across the entire state. It's a lot of work. And then they'll be finding out the prices, of transportation, yada, 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 how much it has either increased, during the holiday season, or if it was remaining the same. A few years ago, it actually did remain the same during the holiday seasons. I remember during the COVID lockdown, it was finally December, people can actually travel. It was huge. But this morning, our conversation isn't going to be about, the cost of transportation and if people, are happy about it or whatnot, or the change in the prices. No. I think everybody pretty much knows the prices have really gone up. And I'll be sharing some interesting prices with you shortly. But the conversation, ladies and gentlemen, is hinged upon the reason behind the travel. Nay, I'm not even going to call it travel. I'm going to call it migration. Right? During this holiday period. Now, my question is this. Do you think a lot less people would travel during the holidays this year in Nigeria? Globally, there is a migration that surpasses all migrations, right? As far as I know, and if you know any, please do let me know. It is the Chinese New Year migration. As many as 500 million people. Listen, as many as 500 million people, right? During the Chinese New Year, for that duration, will move either from the urban centers to the various villages, thousands and thousands of miles away, or from those villages, some will travel to go and see their uncles and cousins who have they've not seen in the big cities in Shanghai, and Guangzhou, all over the countryside. They will come over. They will move. It is a very important holiday. Huge. Millions, as I said, the billion migration is absolutely amazing. But during COVID-19, it was people still traveled. The economy is just 1% improvement. People still traveled. And the reason why they travel because of familial bonds. To Nigeria. Like I said, in the last 2 weeks now, as God gang, IAB, will have Nigeria in preparation from the US, from Hong Kong, from Northern Ireland, Wales, from Spain, and from the health population Nigeria in France, will make Canada will have their way to the airport in Nigeria, from Nigeria airport to the Dr. Mohammed International Airport and to the International Airport on Magua. They will start coming. But the feeders I'm getting, which is what I'm going to ask you, is that even locally, some people may not be able to travel. You see, my security guard months ago, right, and his friends confided when I asked, "How you say you won't travel?" I asked the question. So I cannot travel. It's too expensive. Now, what they are now doing amongst themselves, some of them are from Taraba, some of them are from Jigawa, some of them are from Gombe, right? They have a meeting, they have a union, just the same way where Pawanu has their union and the Urobo Society have their union. All these other ethnicities that are in Port Harcourt, brotherhood, let's come together and help ourselves. They are here as well. The plan is they are going to contribute money and give maybe 2 or 3 people. So maybe you have 2 or 3 friends and say, since all of us cannot travel because it's too expensive, we are going to give you, Musa, the money. You will go home. When you're coming back, you bring the other things that we like, and we'll be sending our transport and whatever to our families. That's what they're doing. Thank God for transfers. But they have agreed that they're going to give 1 or 2 persons the money to go home to do 1 or 2 things for them and bring for them here in Port Harcourt by January or middle of January, right? But what about you? Good sir, do you think your cousins in Lagos will travel from Lagos and come to Nnewi for Christmas? Do you think your cousins in Abuja will leave Abuja and come to Port Harcourt to spend Christmas with you? You see, right now, as I'm speaking to you right now, I'm on the site, and the fare, bus fare, not airfare, please. The bus fare from Port Harcourt to Lagos Aja is 56,000 naira for one adult. For a child, it is 42,000 naira. Now, imagine a man and 3 of his children who want to now travel from Port Harcourt to Lagos, or from Lagos to Port Harcourt first, before they even talk about getting to Nnewi. Before they talk about wanting to get to Ohafia, or they talk about they want to get to Owerri. Just 46,000. Now, let's assume they have a car. It's about 1,000 naira worth of petrol in Lagos, right? For a liter. Now, to fill that car, an average car is about 75 liters. That's 75 liters to fill it up. 75 liters will not take you from Lagos to Onitsha comfortably. It can for some vehicles, but for most vehicles, it wouldn't. So at some point, you would have to refuel. And getting to Onitsha is not the end of the trip. You still have to drive to maybe Ihala, if that's where your village is, or Oka, for example. You still have to drive. That means you have to buy fuel. So on the whole, to travel by road with your own vehicle is going to cost you nothing less than 150,000 naira. Nigerian cash, by the way. Is this inflation going to affect the migration this year? That's the big question. There are some people who opine that no matter what happens, we must go to the village. This holiday, IJGB just come back. I just got back, gang. They cannot miss them. This is the time we look for our husbands and our wives. We must go. But my brother, my sister, do you have the money to even enter the bus?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
Hello, Port Harcourt, with Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
017-923-0002, 017-923-007. On what December? Is it going to happen? Over the years, we've had so many people complain, travel is difficult, it's expensive. But, the migration is very clear during the Christmas holiday. But this year in particular, I don't think, in all honesty, in the history of all my travels and the history of this country, the percentage of increase in fuel price has never been this sharp. From about 250 or 140 naira, but now hitting 1,200, 1,100 or 1,050 naira, depending. But basically, the benchmark is 1,000 naira, and that is coupled with all the antecedent or the attending issues with travel. Because when you travel, you go chop. When you travel, you buy water. When you travel, your son can get ill. You probably have to buy medication. There are so many things. And don't forget, it's not enough to just travel, reach the village. I don't come on a day, and they go back. I'll see you next year. No, you will spend time. You're going to go to the market. You're going to spend money. If the people around me have anything to say, we are probably going to look at one of the quietest holiday periods this country has ever experienced. But enough about me. Let's get to you. 017-923-0002, 0817923-0007, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0007. At Nigeriainfo, PH at Nigeriainfo. PH is where you'll find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo, PH at Nigeriainfo. PH. WhatsApp is 0809 030 64 6416. As always, please turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Didn't see or hear, please make no mention of it. And very importantly, keep your conversation civil. Well, any Emmanuel on Facebook says, Jude, money is the best answer to this question. These travel plans. Once you have money or you don't have money, the answer will be there. But we're about to find out because, like I said, if we juxtapose this question with what the MBS has stated over the course of this year, that Nigerians bought less petrol, that's PMS, because of the price. Nigerians were also not traveling as much as they did during Easter. The question has to be now, this particular end of year festivities, this one that people say, no matter what happens, I will leave Lagos. I will leave Port Harcourt. I will go home. I will go and see Mama. I'll go and see Papa. I'll go and see the house I started building. I will go and see my cousins. All the cousins from all over the world that are expecting to see and meet and, exchange numbers. All the small weddings that usually take place during this next, 4-5 weeks. I'm not saying they will not hold, but are we going to see a similar number, or do you think there's going to be a reduction? I think that a lot of people would not travel. I think a lot less people would not travel. Once again, bus fare is 56,000 from Port Harcourt to Lagos. And if you check what Abuja to Enugu is right now, it's okay, I'll give you that detail. Just stay tuned. 92.3. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
From my own distribution. Are you hearing me?
I'm listening to you, please.
Okay. No matter how the economy is here, many people will still travel.
Many people will travel.
Yeah. Mark my word. Hey.
Why do you say so?
Even last year, many people were saying that they will not travel because of the cashless policy. But as you can see, many people travel last year. Also, that's what is going to happen this year. Excuse me.
All right, bless you. All right, well, fingers crossed. We are watching. Our first caller says, no matter what happens, people will still travel. I did not say people will not travel. But the question is, do you think a lot less people will travel? Last year, I remember, once again, I'm very sure in another fortnight or two, our reporters will go to the very many parks and start to, gauge the pulse from the transporters, see what they're experiencing. Last year, they said, look, patronage wasn't as high as they were used to. And last year, fuel was not 1,000 naira. Last year, on average, fuel was reselling 250, 500 naira at one point. We'll be back after this break. Army arrests more suspected oil thieves in Niger Delta region. NDLEA seizes 4.3 billion naira worth of opioids at Onne, Tinkan ports, I beg your pardon. Rivers Commissioner urges women to report sexual violence. Akwa Ibom government to investigate boarding schools after viral video of substandard meals. NAFDAC warns against antibiotic misuse amid rising threat of antimicrobial resistance. NIMET governors to sign MOU on climate change. In business, tax consultant says eliminating taxes on poverty is achievable through digitalization. In entertainment, BB Niger's Fina denied entry into Lagos restaurant over indecent dressing. In sports, Liverpool forward Salah disappointed by lack of Liverpool author. And on the foreign scene, Pakistan police clash with supporters of former Prime Minister Imran Khan. Well, details of these stories will come up your way, the 12 noon bulletin. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp message to 0808-721-7215. My name is Jude Omami. Thank you for listening. Good morning.
You have been listening to us on Nigeriainfo app. Experiencing any bugs? Worry no more. Just consent and turn the button which says always highest available audio quality and in the bus. 92.3 Nigeriainfo FM, your normal talk mediation.
Well, 11:34 a.m. Today is the 25th of November. In the next 6 days, we'll be saying, November. We'll be saying goodbye to November and we'll be ushering on December. Now, whilst the mood may not be picking up in very many quarters in Nigeria owing to the rising cost of food items and services, Nigeria's headline inflation hits 33.88%. Last time I checked, this was 2 days ago. Or was it over the weekend? Yeah, I think so. So everything is expensive. Bread on average is now 1,000. Imagine buying 1,000 naira. All right, those small loaves, 350 naira these days. So even though the regular bread and akara we used to hold ourselves is now becoming a very interesting thing to purchase. You make your mind up to do that. But I don't want to sound as an alarmist or the merchant or the harbinger of doom, but it is one of the most, if not the most important part of the year for Nigerians. The migration from the rural, or rather from the urban centers to the rural centers, peaks during the next couple of weeks. So by the end of this month, into the first week of December, second week of December, schools will start to close down, particularly secondary schools. And then holiday makers are preparing. Parents have already started buying bags, clothes, and whatnot. Usually, what usually happens, I speak for myself now, what usually happens is that during this period, if we were to travel, like say we're going to go to Lagos or to the village, I'd be hearing my parents, talking about it. We need this, so let's buy this and keep. They go and buy a bag. Those sack, we used to call them bago sack those days. Go and buy it, go and put it inside, wrap it. Okay, this is what we will use. Your clothes, decide to fold them in one box, right? Because my mom didn't have a help at one point in time, we had to prepare ourselves way before time so that nobody forgets anything. That's all well and good. But you see, this day and age, transport from Rumokoro already is a headache. Transport from Port Harcourt to Abuja Odua, to Ngene, to Ahoda, to Yenegua have tripled, if not quadrupled, in many instances. So much so that one of the shortest and cheapest routes on this axis, the East-West Road axis, that's Choba Junction to Warri, has now become a big deal for people. When we were in school, it used to cost us 800 naira. I can never forget. It used to cost us 800 naira if you stand at Choba Junction to get a taxi from here to Warri. 800 naira. Then if you want to get into one of those big registered bus companies that is a lot more comfortable, you would go to their park, to their bus terminal, and you spend about 1,000 naira or 1,200 naira if you wanted quote unquote AC bus from Port Harcourt to Warri. The holidays are getting close. I just got back, gang are preparing. They are washing their socks. They are getting ready. They are dusting away the pounds, sterling, euros, and dirhams. They are getting ready. All right. They have gone to buy new shoes and buy black sunglasses. And they will come, and when you talk to them, they remove it like this. Those of you who are watching me, they remove it like this. Hi, I just got back. My name is Kelvin. All right. We're waiting for them. Kelvin, Osaro, Emeka, Ndubusi, Femi, Ola, and Tobore. We are waiting for all of you to come back. We will welcome you with open arms. But there's a small problem. You see, fuel is 1,000 naira. And there is a chance that a lot of people will not travel. However, there are some who opine that whether or weatherings, that see this village, we must go. This trip to Port Harcourt from Lagos, those of you who are living in Kwara, who haven't seen your cousins in months, you want to come to Port Harcourt in Jos. Hey, we need to go to Jos for holiday. Mommy, we have not seen Uncle Tayo since. They're making preparations. So no matter what happens, they will go. My question is, are you sure a good number will go?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
Hello, with Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
017-923-0002, 017-923-0007, 08179230002, 08179230007. At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. Now let me read this message. Came up a few minutes ago. News said that you go talk about go back. Even divorce outside. I went to look prices to come to Nigeria. I believe that prices have reached close to 950 to come to 1,100. But I last day where I am myself the more impact to my friends and family members in Nigeria. Will not the period. But maybe it's just you. That's not me. Maybe it's just a friend of mine is going to return to his village in January. I think about nobody plan for your trip 3 months behind. It sounds like a move, but ideally people wouldn't wait like a month or so. That time nobody 9. Up to 2 months ahead. At that time, the exchange he turned it and ticket to in Nigeria, all for just under $1,300. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for someone who's earning a decent salary. A lot of money. Let me read your messages now. 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. All right. Bernard says, good morning, Jude. The economy is in a total mess right now under this current regime. Road travel has now become so expensive as if someone is booking flight. Surely the hike in transport price will affect the supposed number of travelers. We're in a dire situation. I don't know if we can come out of it because I'm not seeing the signs at all. Bernard in Port Harcourt. Bernard, hope, and work. Inflation, hardship, fuel price hike, bad roads, police security. These things will make this festive period difficult in Nigeria. By the way, very interesting name. Ernest from Moji says, why is it that it's only during December people in Nigeria travel to see their loved ones? Ernest isn't a nice thing. Trust me. Like I said earlier on, the biggest and probably the biggest sports during the years, the Chinese New Year. All right, let me get it out. The Chinese New Year. That's just 500 million people. They say this, all right, they have what about on the island in right? All right. We're talking about nearly twice that moving. Nearly twice that moving in. Now, China as the Spring Festival is a major event in China and other East and Southeastern Asian countries. In 2024, The festival was expected to see a record number of trips, with some estimates putting the total at 9 billion. 9 billion people moving around. 9 months. That is a lot. And they do so. The Chinese is a very important tradition. The families come to dogs, goats, whatever. That does sound, some New Year for us. It's not just Nigeria to the end of the year to see the families. It's all over the world. Wherever you have a holiday period, maybe a week or two, people make the most of it to go and see families. America they have Christmas through New Year. Thanksgiving is pretty big in America. Lots of people have Thanksgiving. 017930013 079230002 817930007 at Nigeriainfo. Nigeriainfo PH on Facebook and on X. Daddy Bawa Marama on Facebook says yes, people will travel. I know they'll travel. The question is, less than last year's trip, would you see a lot of people? Those of you who are listeners from Lagos, right? Do you think you should from 20th of December, 21st, 22nd of December, right? Lagos and Port Harcourt start to look a little, quieter. You see more traffic leaving. You see more traffic leaving the city. The case is opposite for states like Edo, Anambra, Imo, Abia, and Akwa Ibom State. You find that during this holiday period, there's a lot of traffic into states. 3.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This year, I'm not thin. I'm telling you that it's very low.
To be low.
Very low. I've been traveling for a period. Very. If I look at that car of the road, but special it's countable.
That's East West Road.
This can, and that is to tell you a serious problem. Even if I go travel, it's only those who are reflected from January last. Scooters is 1,000. Where and where will it take you to? Okay, let's just go from Mokoro to Ayala. How much is it normally?
For a fee of 400 naira.
3,000, 5,000. If my traveling, my routes to be very thick everywhere. But now scanty. TVs with the Nigerian put on the road, my brother, they prefer just full or semi. For instance, if you're going to us by road,
50 star as I right now. I said it's right now 6,000.
When you look at it, I'm 100K. So I just send it like white in Lagos or to my friend in Lagos. Not to be 100 coming.
But do not see. That's what you're saying.
This is what President Noble brought us. That is what he offers. Activity that affect relationships. Going to slow down the process. I have this as I would let me share it. I don't know what is truly important to them. How many about where did you?
Oh. Okay.
How many just got wet or just too many things? They don't marry anymore. Meeting bells are not with you to be in. So for the traveling, our people may not. Most of us that are traveling because of we have either an official movement or matters we must travel to that involve the village, involve our family directly, that we must travel. Apart from that, tell me, do you think I'll be traveling like this? Do you know how much I fill a tank? 48,000, sometimes 60,000 to fill a tank going and coming. Do you know how much it is? My brother, President Tinubu is not helping us, Mr. Zion.
All right, Zion, thank you very much. All right, Zion doesn't think people are going to travel. Chiagosi says, please, there's a name you mentioned now. How do you spell the name? Merdich. I'd like to know the spelling so I can learn. Okay, wait. Let me find that message. Yeah, Merdich. It sounds Russian, Merdich. So it's spelled Merdic, right? Merdic, but I know from the Russian pronunciation is Merdich, so I'm not quite sure. So if the owner of that account is listening, please could you send me a transcription of how your name is pronounced, so that I wouldn't be accused of murdering your name, and someone can also learn how to spell your name. Person likes your name, Merdic. All right, Merdich. Merdich from Transamadi, by the way. Okay, so moving on. Let's see, we have just about 2 minutes. This one here says, hi, G, good morning. The cost alone is not the real reason why some people will not travel. It's because of the fear of their safety. Look at the expressway. Despite the fact that transport is so expensive, you still have police on the road extorting money from Nigerians. Many people will not want to have their experience. Many people don't want to take the chance of having a kidnap story and having people call them and asking for a ransom, because the police, they are not very effective in rescuing people. That is the truth. I don't think a lot of people will travel this period. For me, I would just send money home. I will just send money home. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the ball, they say, is in your court. I really would love to spend time with family during the holidays. I would love for those days when my cousins from Lagos would, on a whim, jump on the plane or take a bus, and they'll be here and we'll have a great time, a good week. We'll do our laundry together, we'll fight, play, eat gari, my mom used to make a very mean chicken sauce for Christmas and bake cakes. But I don't quite think that's going to happen because my cousins have children. And, shooting a car these days is not so cheap. Final caller, 92.3, good morning.
Good afternoon, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. I think a lot of people may not travel this season.
Because of the money.
Because this December that we are entering, this our another redesign issue will definitely come up. And bank network will also
bank network.
Its own issue. So anybody that is planning to travel, to use that money and send it to family members, because it's like incurring more debt upon yourself, because you may not afford to travel.
Okay, but I do not foresee a fuel shortage because the private refinery, Dangote refinery, is up and running. People are buying fuel. I don't see that. I don't see a cash issue because the CBN said no. There's no expiry date for the old note you have, so it's fine. The question is, can you afford to? My name is Jude. Thank you for joining us. Good morning.